Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV, episode number 400. Now, we're stepping way out of format tonight, and we're not going to actually talk any tech. We're going to be talking about the history of the show as we reminisce over the past 400 weeks of Category 5 Technology TV. Rather than the traditional kind of clip show, we're going to be visiting with some friends who have been involved with the show since day one, and we're going to hang out back. We've got a beautiful day here in Barrie, Ontario. I'm getting the grub ready. We're going to be standing out at the barbecue, and we're going to hang out and have a chat. Hope you've got your food ready. Mine's almost there. We've got our friends showing up very, very soon, and in just a couple minutes' time, I'll be out getting the grill ready as well. So stick around. Welcome to the show. We're here in the backyard.
Yeah, for
yay!
400th episode. 400 episodes, of which I've been a part for 54 episodes. Robbie, how many have you been part of?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, this would be 400 now?
Nice. And Kelsey?
Yeah.
I'm at 13, which is a lot, not a lot.
It is a lot.
That's amazing.
Okay, do you remember your first episode?
Yes, I do. It was, here, hold this. It was the episode right before Windows XP died. And so I remember Robbie pulling up a viewer map, and there was like 200,000 or some odd people watching, and I was freaking out because it was my first episode ever. Suddenly there's thousands of people watching, and I'm like, yay! It was fun though. It was good.
Okay.
So now you've been part of 13 episodes, so you know Category 5 now quite well. What makes you come back? What is the most important thing for you about being a part of the team?
It's a big learning experience. Like you're teaching everyone else what's going on, and you're also learning yourself while you're doing it, which I think is awesome and amazing. And it's a fun atmosphere. Everyone's pretty cool and nice and stuff. And that's awesome.
We throw barbecues and such.
Robbie feeds us.
Yeah. Perfect.
Speaking of learning things, how do you say, is it Linux? What?
It's Linux. Thank you very much. I was flicked many times by Robbie for saying it wrong, but I know now.
Flicked?
Yeah, you flicked me.
Did I flick her? Really? Aw. Sorry, that was rude.
Okay, I have one more question for you, and then I will grab a new victim. But my question for you is, if you could come up with the next episode, what would you title it, and what would it be about?
Next episode.
We're actually going to use this, so make it good. Thanks, man.
That's useful. I'm trying to think of something tech that I would like to learn.
Just like for the record.
We also teach barbecuing etiquette.
Barbecuing 101. The last episode that I helped come up with, we made a stamp of my name. So it really doesn't have to be.
Have you received that yet?
I have not received my
Okay,
stamp yet.
I'm anxious to see how well that turned out.
I will be bringing it in. I will be sending people thank you smiley face stamps if they choose to receive them.
Yeah, things I would like to learn. Definitely, probably more about like Photoshop or. Like,
Is GIMP okay?
GIMP is wonderful. I
Okay,
like GIMP.
like we can do GIMP?
We can do
It's
more
free.
about GIMP. GIMP
Okay.
is fun.
Cool. I'm game with that.
Photo editing.
Is there anything in particular that you like about, like what you want to be able to do? Sorry, I'm crying a little bit right now.
It's just so emotional, guys. Yeah. No, just overall, like I know like the basics, but I'd like to learn some more advanced stuff.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, now while I interview Hillary, will you maybe bring your parents over at some point so that we can thank them, since they are a huge part of getting you every Tuesday to Category 5, you and Adam. Yes. So Adam will end up on camera. Camera guy will be on camera. All right, come on over. Yeah.
Hey, Hill.
Hey, gang. Welcome to the party. What was your first episode about?
Oh boy.
That's going back, eh?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I remember where the show
Studio
was
B.
shot. This was, yes, Studio B back in the day. I remember I was very nervous, and I also had brown hair at the time. I don't particularly remember what the episode was about, but I remember I was very, very nervous, and I never actually met Robbie in real life.
Isn't that funny?
And so we had been corresponding back and forth via email and possibly Facebook at the time. I don't remember. Anyways, so I was like, I knew who he was in theory. I knew his persona, on-air persona, but I didn't know him in real life. So I waltzed into the studio. I was like, hey, I'm here.
Introduce yourself, and then we're smacked right on the air.
Yeah, we were right on the air. So been going strong ever since. And according to Sasha, I've been on 70-something episodes. So that's pretty cool. It's been a
You've been
good haul.
long-standing co-host, eh? What keeps you coming back?
Well, the food for one.
That's always a plus.
I'm just kidding. I was thinking about this. And I'm like a dream supporter. I like to catch people's visions and help them, go with it. And I really believe in Category 5 and the cool stuff we do and helping people. And so I caught your vision.
Thanks, buddy.
And I'm still here.
Yeah.
What's your most memorable episode or moment? Oh, were you one of the blooper? Did you do like any sort of funny blooper things?
I'm sure there are lots. I mean,
You didn't have a laughing fit like some of the others.
No, I
haven't had one of those happen.
try to keep it together.
Yeah.
But this is my big thing, is my resting face is sometimes a little silly on air. So Robbie has a lot of photos of me where I'm like this. So I feel like there are a lot of really good photos of me that could be compiled into like this wicked, terrible montage of resting face. So I don't really have like bloopers per se, but there's definitely some interesting photos of me. And even just like the goofy faces sometimes, like the camera will catch me and I'm like, or like, I don't know. Google me. That's what I was doing. I was Googling myself, trying to reminisce.
I wouldn't ever post any of those photos, would I? Kelsey, would I ever do anything like that?
Never.
Never, she says.
Yeah, so
Twice or 3 times.
2 or 3
There's
times.
just a handful of photos of all of us that maybe aren't the most flattering in the world, but they're good times. They're good memories. I made a scrapbook of them, so.
Didn't. That's awesome. Okay, well, I'll tell you some of the reasons why I guess I'm part of the show, other than the fact that I have my own show now.
That helps?
That helps.
We woo her with her own show.
You know, I like to be moderately uncomfortable, and I still am moderately uncomfortable on air and on camera, which makes it awesome that I'm the one that's asking most of the questions today. But for me, it's a huge part, the community of not only people that I actually see in person, but it's a lot the chat room and the support every single week that I get for, you know, usually when I don't understand what I'm talking about, there's a lot of chat room support and sometimes some email support. So it's really cool.
Now let's talk a little bit about what you feel that you have learned in your time here, because people are always commenting about you and I in particular that we don't always know what's going on. We are learning though, slowly but surely, so maybe you could talk a little bit about your experiences. I understand that you eventually did get Linux on your own personal laptop, and
Yes.
let's talk about your learning here. What have you learned?
I have mostly learned how much I don't know. So I've learned a lot about the fact that there are other options out there. When you really don't know anything at all about technology and you don't know anything about computers, you really do think there are only 2 options. You really only think that there's Windows and Apple, and those are your choices, and that's it, right? So I didn't even know that Linux existed. And that there's a whole whack of open source, is that what it's called? Open source things. But I mean, I'm the sort of person who didn't even know what .gif meant. I still kind of don't. Or, you know, HTML, or, you know, it's about, for me, learning all of these things and then possibly being able to put it into practice. I'd like to be able to one day write a program. And I realize that that's a big dream for somebody like me, but
You want to be a programmer?
I would like, no, I don't want to be a programmer.
Sorry, you're making me cry again.
I want to program something.
Okay.
Wait a sec. So this could be like your own episode of
Yes.
Sasha Programs the World.
Hello world, maybe.
Slowly.
I think she could do that.
My very favorite thing has always been reading the news, mostly because it's already pre-written for me. So that love turned into a weekly thing. Now I'm actually there, and I feel happy to be a constant part. I get to see all of the co-hosts now. Before, when I was simply a co-host, I didn't get to interact with you unless it was like a Christmas special or like an anniversary. And now I actually get to see everybody. And as a chatty Kathy, I kind of love that. It's really smoky in here, Robbie. What are you doing?
I know, right? It's called a smoker. Yeah,
This is amazing.
I'm a genie.
The kids are going wild.
This is like a special effect. It's like you know, liquid ice. What's that called?
Yeah. No, this is
Dry ice.
charcoal.
So it's our own charcoal versus the world here on our stage. Anyways, I wish you all could see the king of the queue over here, and I wish you could smell the smells of glory we are smelling. It is just delicious. So everyone's getting really
For the record,
excited
I'm using
for that.
store-bought burgers and such because just we've got so many people here today, and we're like, pressed for time as
It's
far as
okay,
getting
Robbie.
everything done.
This is pretty great.
It's gonna be good, though.
Not too worried about it.
Okay.
Hokey doodle. In front of the
Hey, Adam.
camera. It is the man of the hour, Adam. Take it away, Sasha. I'm going to see who else I can recruit in my travels.
So, Adam, so rarely in front of the camera. You are almost always behind the camera. New since season 8. Is that right? Season 8? It was your first? Okay, so tell me how you became a part of the show.
It was actually Robbie, when he was getting the new studio going, he posted a link on Facebook saying he needed so many jobs or whatever, and it's
I need help.
yeah,
Help
basically he
me.
needs help, yeah. And my mom actually showed me, because I didn't really use Facebook much until people actually contacted me through it. So yeah, I just saw a link and called them up and had like a 5-10 minute interview or whatever, and now I'm at Studio D.
And you were in. Now, is this something that's like up your alley as far as interests go? In your future, do you see yourself being sort of an epic camera person, or what?
I mean, not necessarily. I've always been interested in technology and stuff, but I mean, camera work never really, I don't know, it never really came out to me. But yeah, it's definitely been an interesting experience.
Okay, I have a question for you. I have, on occasion, when you haven't been able to come in, stood behind the camera, usually in like huge trepidation because I'm afraid of touching it. But let's say one day I wanted to switch it up. Would you be willing to like read the news or be a co-host?
Not a chance.
He's like, this is as awkward as I get right here. Yeah.
If you could come up with the idea of an episode, could you think of something you'd like us to do or see?
I don't know. That's kind of a hard question. Like, I haven't really thought of like almost like co-producing an episode like that.
I feel like you would have the best ideas because you see the most.
It would probably, I'd have to take a little bit to think of a good idea.
It'll probably be on how to work the camera for me. All right. All right, I think I've made you awkward enough. Thank you so much for being a part of every week. It's great to see you. And thank you officially on air for getting my coffee refills all the time.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
So, Robbie, how'd the burgers?
Well, food's coming along nice. Just smoking it out a little bit.
Excellent.
Give it a nice, slow, smoky flavor.
Nice.
So that's how we do it around here. Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. This is crazy. It's episode 400, our barbecue bash.
It's amazing.
I've been wanting to cook for these people. They've been so good to be a part of this
It's very
series.
busy off screen here, and it's fun trying to get people to come in front.
So if you see me going like this, I'm actually just trying to make sure that the kids don't bump into the barbecue or something like that.
Is this Curtis coming up?
Oh, great.
Excellent. Curtis has been a part of the show via Hillary, so I will let you do the interviewing.
Oh, sure. Okay, everyone. So this is my husband, Curtis. Now, he has been a true blue supporter of the show, directly and indirectly. Now, you've never really seen him interviewed on air, but he is featured in some of our segments when Robbie's done the Battle of the Bands. Curtis was actually in the band, featured in the competition. Curtis has also been in some other little clips that I've produced, and also Curtis has helped with the actual construction of the studio that we are presently in, doing manual labor because he is very handy. Here comes the smoke, peeps. Anyway, so Curtis just has some well wishes here for Category 5.
I just want to congratulate everyone that's been a part of it, and 400 episodes. That's coming up on 8 years. That's pretty impressive.
Thanks, man.
No problem. So yeah, you can find me randomly in the chat room under fake names if you're looking for me. Other than that, you probably won't see me on the show much. But back to my wife.
Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Curtis. So Curtis, when we were first dating, he would actually go in the chat room and watch me when it was my turn to be on air, and he would make up fake names in the chat room and then try to say funny things to like throw me off. So if you look really closely at some of like the
Check out the chat logs.
Yeah, the chat logs and like the older episodes. If you pair the timing of the chat log with the episode, sometimes you see me like awkwardly smirking or like silently laughing to myself. That's because
some of them were sent. You can send it like privately. It doesn't have to be in the chat room.
Oh,
those were the good ones.
Private chats are going on. Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like anything rude or crazy. It was just like silly, goofy things. Like one time he said something about like, if you combine Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, you would get my face, you twit, or something like that. And I don't know. That was just so he would like do goofy things like that. So, anyways. Go grab some more snacks there, Curtis. That's all I have to say about that. I'm going to get more snacks too, and then I'll come back.
All right. So, Kelsey, the people that bring you every single week to the show are here to eat Robbie's delicious food. So, I'll let you introduce them.
All right. So this is my mom and dad. This is my mom, Debbie, and my dad, Mike. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So I wanted to thank you guys for driving Adam and I to the show every single week, pretty much without fail.
You're welcome. And we're happy to do it because we love Robbie and I really support what he's doing. And I want to say congratulations on your 400th episode. Yay,
Thank
Robbie.
you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Very well said. Thank you.
So I mean, obviously, I mean, it boils down to your love for me, but what made you want to become involved? I mean, it really started with noticing that we needed a hand with the studio. When we took over Studio D, there was a lot of renovation stuff that had to be done. You two and your kids were just stepped right up and started helping with the painting and everything, and really took a burden off of me during that time. And, you know, so it was so appreciated. And then suddenly, here we are. We got both of your kids are involved in the show. Adam's there every week operating the camera. And so what drives you to want to be involved in something like this?
Well, we just think that it's a really cool opportunity, especially for our kids. Kelsey is a drama type person, and it was a really great outlet for her to...
She's not saying she's overly dramatic.
Well, yeah, no, I would say that.
She enjoys the drama.
However, she enjoys drama, and so that was a really great outlet for her, and we really appreciated the fact that you sort of... She's totally green and going into this sort of thing, so it was really cool to have that outlet for her. And for Adam, he loves tech stuff, so for him to get to do the behind the scenes and be a techie guy and stuff, that's kind of really his wheelhouse. So it was a really, we wanted to
good match then, and it just kind of worked out.
Sure.
We've got a TARDIS.
Yes.
So, can't go wrong there. That's a sign. So, well, we appreciate the two of you and the kids and everything that you've done for us and with the show, and even just bringing them every week is such a wonderful thing. So
we're happy to do it. That's good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think that's one of the neat things that we've established with Category 5 is that it's really become an avenue for people to explore the things that they're interested in.
It's true.
And you think about, young people that, you want to be into being on camera or drama, or you want to operate a camera or learn some technical stuff, and we're pretty open to the right people just coming and being a part of it.
Open, and I'll say you're really relaxed for I guess
it's just a barbecue, Sasha.
Just to get into something like this, I would have never thought I would be on a show in any way at all, right? So to have somebody like you invite me and encourage me to be part of it.
Kind of begged you.
Sort of begged me. Yeah. But then to be so positive, even when I'm clearly floundering.
No, I think that it's a growth process for all of us, and I've been doing this for 400 episodes, right? So for me to get up in front of the camera now, if you look back at season 1, you'll see the exact same process that I went through. So, and I think being a part of this, and as the founder, of course, you think, oh, well, he's always been a part of it, but really it's been a process for me too. So,
Can you bring me back to episode 1 just for a second and tell me what Robbie then was thinking? Like what was your dream? Did you see it getting this far, and where would you like to see it go from here?
Yeah, I guess I always imagined that we would still be on the air 8 years later and doing what we were doing. But really what we were doing back then was just a webcam and question and answer. And it was a way for me to have an outlet to help people for free with their tech problems without taking away from my business, because that's what was happening. Is it was hard to provide free technical support to people when I was supposed to be making money during the workday, right? So we set aside, allocated this time every Tuesday night, and we've faithfully done it for 400 weeks. This time was allotted for that, and so I guess what I never imagined, even though I thought, we'd still be doing this down the road, I never imagined that I'd have a team like you and the rest of the team, that we'd have a great studio like Studio D, and that week after week, like right now, we average 188,000 viewers per week. That is unfathomable to me, and that's pretty incredible, and we appreciate you guys.
If you picture that as people in a room, that's a lot of people.
That's a pretty large city.
You see it?
The population of a pretty good-sized city.
Yeah, it blows my mind when I think of it. Like, there are people out there who I connect with every single week that I haven't met in person. Now, most of you haven't been on an episode, and if you haven't been on an episode, you've only been on one less than Jeff.
Right. And Jeff is here.
Yes.
Here
Jeff,
he comes.
come on over.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jen.
That was a great segment.
So, Jeff, this is the first time we've met, and Jennifer, I haven't met you either. So, really, just tell me who you are and the episode that you were on, how you know Robbie, and...
Oh, that goes way back. How you know Robbie.
So, it started in jail. No, just kidding. No, Rob and I met... how old was I?
It's Robbie now.
You're still Rob. I'm going to say...
That's how far back this was.
I'm going to say probably close to 15 years ago at least.
Yeah, I'd say.
We were working in radio together. He taught me...
We were both single guys.
Yeah,
and
yeah, he was teaching me the ropes behind the radio game, and then got into some web stuff. And
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, it was a wild journey back then. And he sent me my very first text message. I remember that. Yeah, I had this little envelope on my phone. I had no clue what it was for like a month, and finally he calls me. He's like, "Dude, read your text." What's a text? So that's how.
So we worked together in radio for quite some time, but we were on opposite shifts.
Yes.
Jeff was the late night guy, and I was the midday guy, and we were both on every weekday, but such opposite shifts and such an opposite audience that we never really got to connect.
That's right.
Until we started getting together on weekends and hanging out and get to know one another.
That was a long time ago. And then...
what was your episode about?
My episode was Sherathon Express.
Yes.
I was right near the beginning. There was some...
Episode 9.
Was it episode
9 weeks into this, Jeff came on the show because Jeff was a beta tester for this software that I had developed called Sherathon Express. And Sherathons are fundraisers that Christian radio stations use to raise funds because they're charities. And so we developed the software to help them make it easier because being in Christian radio, we realized this is a really tough thing. Year after year, they try to raise the funds. They don't have software to support it. So we built the software. Jeff was beta tester, and he came on. You can see the episode of this no longer existent software, but
but things change. Yeah, I mean that was a lot of fun, man. That was a long time ago. And it's wild watching how much the show has evolved since then. You know.
Yeah, I was just saying I never saw it coming to this. Like
no.
Having the studio, having this many viewers all around the world.
In the basement of your house, and
that's how it was.
One monitor and a little camera.
I think when you came, we had a second webcam. That was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. That was small then. It was so small.
I think I had hair. No,
you've
I
never
didn't.
had hair.
No. And then Jen, of course, your wife, who you also met through the radio station, and. Maybe, Jen, you could share a little bit about your involvement with the show. You probably don't recognize Jen, but she was also quite involved, and even, some of the stuff that you did for us back in seasons 1 and 2, we still utilize now. Maybe you can expand on that.
Actually, I don't even remember everything I did. That was pre-children, so I don't remember much. Yeah. I know I did photography for you guys, and I got to see a couple episodes, and that was pretty cool. I'm not the most techie, person on the planet, but... No, I kind of gathered that. But anyways, it's exciting, and I'm really excited for you guys that this has gone so far. And when you announced that you were getting your own studio for this, I was just blown away. That's phenomenal. So
thanks, buddy. Yeah, Jen was, she would come to the studio in the house several times and took pictures of myself, co-hosts, and those are the photos that we used to promote the show for years. And in fact, my Facebook avatar right now is a photo that you took those years ago. And I looked great. So, I was a little thinner. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to keep. I was freshly, my head was shaved that day, and I looked, so, but those photos we still use today because they're recognizable as photos that were a part of the show. So, that's where Jen comes in.
I guess when you can't change hairstyles, it works like that.
It really works. Yeah. Got to maintain a fairly consistent weight, and then you never know. You never know. Yeah. Thanks for being here, you two.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having us.
It's nice to see you.
Congratulations on 400. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's very cool.
Probably say that into the
microphone. Microphone records. Yes. Congratulations on 400 episodes. Good for you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Becca, come on over.
My wife.
Robbie's wife. I finally saw you.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
It's like the camera started rolling and you disappeared.
Make sure we use the mic.
I promised Becca earlier that I would not make this a long, painful process. So really, just on behalf of the entire cast, I want to thank you for just supporting us every single week. Because really, without Robbie, there would be no Category 5 Technology TV. And I mean, that happens in such a huge part because of you. So now, can you remember when this was just an idea of Robbie's? Yes. Okay. Yeah. And so you must have been like a huge part of, you know, helping to encourage
the brainstorming, the original.
Yeah. Can you think of anything crazy that he thought of doing that now maybe he doesn't?
Crazy?
Yeah. Is he crazy at all?
Well, everyone knows that. That's pretty obvious. No, I just remember him coming up to me one day and saying, I was thinking of starting a web show about technology. How do you feel about that? And I was just like, sure, go for it.
There weren't too many web shows back then, though, so it would have been appropriate to say, what's a web show? There wasn't a lot out there at the time.
Don't know. I think you called it a webcast at the time.
Yeah, something like that.
He already had an office set up because he ran a home business at the time. So it was just a matter of setting up a camera. And then he just talked about his computer knowledge that he had. So it really wasn't a big deal at that time. And then it just gradually grew. But yeah, we did a lot of brainstorming together.
And you've been a part of 5 episodes, I guess now 6 episodes now that you're on this one, so.
She tends to, once in a while, she'll fill in when nobody could make it, or especially when it was in the house, that was a little bit different. But, or if we're about to go away on vacation, it was a perfect opportunity for Becca to come on. We'd pre-record the episode together on a Saturday or something.
Yeah, that's usually when I end up pre-recording, co-hosting with him is when it's pre-recorded and we're going somewhere. So it just works out.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks, sweetheart. She doesn't like to admit it, but she is a huge supporter of the show. I mean, the long-suffering patience that it must take for somebody to, give up her husband a night a week.
Well, yeah, even like for me, it's just 1 hour of commitment too. Right. Really, if you include like getting there a little early to pre-read things and maybe a little bit of wrap-up time, it's 1 hour for me. So, how many hours a week is this show for you? For me,
probably about 10 or 15. Give or take. And then plus we've got Category 5 TV network, so I'm also producing and directing New Every Day. We're also producing and I'm doing some writing for your show, Try It, Buy It. We're doing the newsroom, so I do the newsroom, I do the writing for that, and also all the effects, and so there's a fair bit of stuff that happens behind the scenes that you may not even realize that makes it happen, right?
Right. So it's a huge commitment for the whole family.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean, for me, it's just a little 2 hours. For you, it's like a full-time job on top of your. Well,
I work full-time and then do the show as well, and all the other stuff that Category 5 does.
Do you have highlights in your some top memories? For me, one of them is. Yeah, for me, one of them is the 5th anniversary.
Yes.
Right? Now,
your first episode.
It was a big deal because it was my first episode.
Can we take a really quick break and then we're going to talk about that? This is Category 5 Technology TV. Welcome to our very special 400th episode. It's the Barbecue Bash. I'm slow smoking a bunch of beef for everybody, and we're just having a nice time. Nice to have you here. We'll be right back.
There's nothing quite like the taste of slow-smoked food, whether meat or veg. And you can bring the taste of our barbecue bash to your own backyard. From burgers to chicken, stuffed sweet peppers to a full roast, the smoky taste is unlike anything else. Visit cat5.tv/BBQ today to start smoking your food just like me. The barbecue I use is a classic Weber kettle grill. It's got a 22-inch diameter with a plated steel cooking grate and rust-resistant vents. The bowl is porcelain enameled, and the handle on the lid is glass-reinforced nylon, so I never burn my hands. You can cook like me. Visit cat5.tv/BBQ today to add my grill to your own backyard barbecue bash.
Welcome back. This is Category 5 Technology TV, our 400th episode.
Technology.
Yes. barbecue.
Over charcoal.
Charcoal barbecue with an electric start, however. So
it was, it speeds things up for sure.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, Robbie, I think there's a little piece of paper. Obviously, Robbie is not a vegetarian, but...
Yeah, I know. There's 2 burgers.
I know, but you have to separate them.
But you smoke them so that it thaws, and then you separate them once it's thawed, right? Then you don't have to worry about breaking the paper off or cutting the patty. I know what I'm doing, Sasha. Don't you worry, girl.
All right. So, no news today, other than the meat is almost cooked. This just in. Instead we're just walking down memory lane, reminiscing on, everybody's first episode.
Sasha, are you sure you want to be a vegetarian tonight?
Yes, more sure now than ever. Except that you're cooking paper in between my burgers.
No, that's not how it works.
Okay, so my very first episode was the 5th anniversary.
Yes.
It was a live...
Way to throw you into the water, eh?
Live episode with the full panel of co-hosts, which was actually kind of fabulous. There was, a huge audience of, like 50 people or something. I felt like 500 people. We didn't have a huge... I don't think that there was... I can't remember if the chat room was active then on
during the
show.
Yeah, I think so. We certainly had the ability. We were a little limited because we were at a venue to using their internet connection to broadcast and work with what they had kind of in place. So I think we were on Wi-Fi, in fact. So it's just the limitations of the technology there. But
it was a really fun show. And then since then, I kind of got to be a part. I did get to be a part of some of the best episodes, because I got the one where I got to eat chocolate.
That's awesome.
Theo Broma.
I kind of planned that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I also get to do a lot of really super cool Skype interviews, because I interviewed with Password Box.
Yep.
And with the Brother printer, the 3-in-1 Brother printer. Yeah. Also, I was there for the 3D printer episode, where I got to see, a ton of stuff being printed. So I get some pretty fun episodes, I'll say. Which is, so there is no one fine moment for me that is my favorite.
Well, you have become very involved with the show and doing the newsroom now. Now, I know you like to be able to read the news and everything, but what really keeps you so interested that you'd want to be involved in the show week after week after week?
I think for me, I'm a social person. And so for me, it's the community of people now. It's not, I obviously do have an interest in learning some things.
Sure, yeah. You've shown an interest in programming, as we mentioned earlier. Even learning things like basic GNU image manipulation program stuff.
Exactly.
Learning how to do stuff with graphics. And.
But for me, it's really, I would miss it if I wasn't there, right? For me, it's the relationships that I've developed with everybody, and the chat room is a huge, I can't say enough how fun it is to have the banter back and forth with everybody in the chat room. And we do feel very the chat room being viewers of the show that are there week after week, and especially if you've been involved and just as a viewer for a given amount of time. Mm-hmm. We really feel a connection even on this end of it to our viewers, and there's something really special about that. It's like a friendship, almost like our community has become a bit of a family, and we really notice, we really feel it in the studio if somebody's not there. Right. Yeah, it's a different mode. Now, I'm not going to name anybody because I know I will forget and miss people who I absolutely would feel horrible about. But believe me, you're watching this now, I absolutely mean you. It is you that I'm doing this for week after week. So and viewers are a part of this too, even more so than you may think. Kek, for example, sent us this microphone as a contribution to the show. It's the most hilarious. Now I'm going to do it as a sound check, from this point on, because I didn't realize, Kek, this was your microphone that you sent us, and now, from now on, that'll be my sound check.
Well, and he sent it to us. And he said, I don't really know if you guys have a use for it in the studio because you wear the headsets. But if you've got a use for them, they're yours. You can use them. What a perfect opportunity to use a directional microphone because you're not hearing a lot of the ambient noise around us. It's really, really directional, and it works perfectly in an outdoor environment like this. So thanks to Kek for sending that. And we love having our viewers a part of it.
Yeah, there is a lot of ambient noise.
A lot of action, yeah.
There is action off camera. There's dogs chasing kids around, you know.
Yeah. But we've got full control over what you hear.
Exactly.
We do have an ambient mic so that I can actually turn on ambient noise if we want to.
Right. All right, so...
What do you think, about time to serve dinner?
I think so.
I hope you've enjoyed being here for our barbecue. Hey, Hill, come on down. I think it's about time to serve. I'm going to have to go grab a plate or something.
Glorious. I keep getting like the wafting, and I'm like, oh, so good. We can't wait. King of the queue right here.
You're already in line.
Thank you. Exactly.
Already ready to go? Perfect.
So, oh yeah,
definitely.
We're going. So yes, thank you very much for being a part of our 400th episode. I think we're almost ready to eat.
It's looking like it.
All right.
Look at that. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. This is Category 5 Technology TV, but a bit of a different episode tonight, of course, as I'm throwing a little bit of a barbecue bash for those of the those people who have been part of the show on air here, and not everyone was able to be here. One example would be Carrie Webb, who sends her regrets. She was our co-host in seasons 1 and 2, and now she's actually quite a bit involved in back with Category 5 TV network because she's doing new every day. But she sends her regrets. She's actually in Nicaragua. There, it's her birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to Carrie. So, and there are other people who couldn't be here as well. Erica, we think of her, and also we've got Krista couldn't be here with Brad, and so the different things come up, but we've got a pretty good crew of people here today, and we appreciate each and every one of them.
Well, I just wanted to say thanks, world, for always tuning in and keeping it real and watching and supporting the show in many ways. For the laughs, the memories, the cool beans, everything in between. I just want to say thank you for watching.
See how that works?
Yeah. He separated the burgers. There we go. But Robbie, I'm only hungry for one.
They come with 2.
All right.
It's okay. We can feed it to the rabbits.
Do you have rabbits too?
We do, yeah.
I came in here and into Robbie's place, and the birds were just tweeting away. So he has birds, he has a dog, he has kitties.
We don't have pet rabbits. We got the rabbits that eat away at my garden. Those are the rabbits we have. Yeah.
And a beautiful garden it is.
Well, we're going to go and enjoy this wonderful dinner. We've got a pretty good spread of veg over there as well. And I guess it's time to sign off, eh? Mm-hmm. So thanks for being here, everybody. Have a wonderful week. We'll be back with episode 401 as we get back into our regular format next week here on Tuesday night. But thanks for being here for our barbecue bash. Hope you had fun.
Thank you so much.
Hello.